I sit down and I write it straight through, and then I usually do 3 or 4 edits on it. Each time I edit, I'm editing for something very specific. The first time is the content clear? Like, am I making the point that I want to make? I look at it from a broader standpoint. I call it editing by chainsaw. Do all of these points make sense, or does this point maybe belong someplace else in a different newsletter or a different piece of content somewhere? Does it belong with the rest? So that's the first pass. Second pass is what I call editing by surgical tools. I'll go through and think very specifically about each sentence. Does it make sense? Does it earn its keep, so to speak? Does it really need to be in this newsletter? I'm hyper aware of the fact that, my newsletter is long, but a lot of good newsletters are long. When someone feels like it's long, that's when I know I failed in the email newsletter, more so than I would be, say, in a book. I do it in an email newsletter because I'm very aware of that, and I want it to feel tight and concise and not a word is wasted. The third pass, and then the fourth pass is for voice, and I go through and I read it out loud at that point, and I think, does it sound like me? Could I add a little more humor in? Could I make it sound a little bit more fun, funny in some cases? I'll add in some asides. That's the moment where, say, if you covered up the from line in your email client, would it sound like me, or could it come from Nathan? Does it sound like it came from Nathan, or does it sound like it came from Anne? I want to make sure that it really does sound like me. And so reading it out loud really helps with that. Then also thinking about voice more specifically as relates to me. That's kind of my process that I go through.